Now we are going to learn what is the meaning of excess pressure. Without learning the meaning of the excess pressure, we can't learn the concept. Look at that. Here, a liquid that is filled up within a beaker. The surface is flat. The surface is plane in nature. In other two cases, the surface is not plane. It is not flat. In both the two cases, the surface is curved in nature. First, we will see what is the meaning of excess pressure, the term that should be known in all the three examples. Here the surface that is flat because the pressure is there, air pressure is there, no, that can be written as P air. Here within the liquid some pressure is there, that is called P liquid. Are you clear? So in this case the pressure exerted on the surface is clear. This is an intermediate line. This is a line of separation, no. Here the pressure due to air and pressure due to the liquid both are equal. Therefore we can write it as P air. Are you clear? P air is equal to P liquid can be written. Are you clear? If you find the difference between these two, the excess pressure will be zero. Therefore, how to calculate the excess pressure? Excess pressure is nothing but difference in pressure. Excess pressure is nothing but difference in pressure. Excess pressure, how can you calculate? First we have to find out which one is greater and which one is smaller. Here both are same, no. Therefore, the difference in pressure will be zero. The difference in pressure is called excess pressure. But here in this case, how will you calculate the excess pressure? Look at that. I will write it here. Excess pressure is nothing but difference in pressure. Excess pressure is nothing but difference in pressure. Look at that. Here, look at the surface. Since it is simply curved here, some difference in pressure is there. So this pressure, atmospheric pressure, is more here than the liquid pressure. That's why the curved surface is inward. Are you clear? So this is seen in the case of water. Whenever the capillary tube, when it is immersed within the water, there you can see the which kind of meniscus. Concave meniscus can be seen. Concave meniscus can be seen. Are you clear? The excess pressure that is acting in the concave side. Are you clear? Always the excess pressure will be greater only in the which side? The concave side. The pressure is more in the concave side. So here in the concave side, which medium is there? Air medium is there. That one applies more pressure than the liquid. Therefore, how to calculate the excess pressure? P due to air, pressure due to air minus pressure due to liquid to be calculated. That difference that gives you what? Excess pressure. So which pressure is greater? Pressure due to air is more, pressure due to liquid is less. Therefore, the excess pressure that is acting in this direction. Excess pressure is acting in this direction. Make a note. This is the direction of the excess pressure. Which pressure is greater? Pressure due to air is more. Let's see the other one. In the case of mercury, is it clear? In this case, this is the concave surface. Concave surface. Here, how to calculate the excess pressure? Excess pressure is equal to, from the shape of the liquid surface, we can easily find out that where the pressure is more, the pressure is more inside. The pressure of the liquid is greater. Pressure exerted by the liquid on the surface is greater. Are you clear? To find out the difference in pressure, what we have to do? Pressure exerted by the liquid minus pressure exerted by the air must be written. The difference in pressure that gives you excess pressure. Are you clear? Pressure exerted by the liquid is more, pressure exerted by the air is less. Therefore, excess pressure acts in this direction. Again, the excess pressure that acts in the concave surface. Always on the concave surface, excess pressure is greater. The difference between these two pressure must be called as excess pressure. That you should know. Are you clear? So, the excess pressure is acting on the concave surface. Are you clear? And in the meantime, the pressure exerted by the liquid will be greater. Pressure exerted by the air will be lesser. So, this knowledge is essential. Excess pressure is nothing but difference in pressure between these two surfaces. Now we are going to see why the surface of the liquid is flat. For that we have to explain the reason with the help of the concept called excess pressure. Look at the surface of the liquid. This is the interface on which I have taken a water molecule or any other liquid molecule. Here this molecule is pulled by the neighboring molecules. Let us imagine nearby one molecule is there, here also one molecule is there. This molecule, it pulls this molecule in this direction. So this is the force due to surface tension. So it can be called as Ft. Ft means force due to surface tension. Here another molecule, it pulls this molecule in the opposite direction. Therefore it can be called as Ft. So how many forces are acting? Both the two forces, they are acting along the surface tangentially. Are you clear? So force Ft, this force Ft, both are equal and opposite. Therefore the net force will be equal to 0. Net force will be equal to 0. Are you clear? So ultimately there won't be any force acting on the molecule. And one more thing is the pressure here, the pressure due to the air medium and the pressure due to the liquid medium, both of them will be equal. Here also, is it clear? Both are equal and opposite. The pressure value on either side is also equal and opposite. So because of that, what will happen? The level of water or the level of liquid will be flat and it is plane in nature. Are you clear? So force due to surface tension on either side of the molecule will be equal and the net force acting on the molecule will be 0. Understood? And moreover, what happens? There is no excess pressure. Pressure at the top and pressure at the bottom, both of them will be equal. Therefore, we can write it as excess pressure. No difference in pressure, no. That no difference in pressure can be called as what is this? Excess pressure is equal to 0. So, finally, we can write it as P air minus P liquid, pressure due to air and pressure due to liquid, both of them are equal. So ultimately the difference in pressure is 0 and excess pressure can also be called as 0. Since excess pressure is 0, the level of liquid is flat. Are you clear? Now we are going to see how the excess pressure acts in the case of curved surface of the liquid. Let us imagine a water that is stored up in a narrow tube. Whenever in the case of capillary tube or in any other small narrow tube, if water is there, if you observe the meniscus, how the meniscus will be? The nature of the meniscus will be concave meniscus. This kind of meniscus is called concave meniscus, and the meniscus, it won't be clear, the surface, it won't be flat in nature, it won't be plain. Little bit is clear, you can see some curved surface. Here this kind of meniscus is called concave meniscus. Here the two sides are there, no, they have to be called as clear in proper form. The lower part that could be called as convex side, the upper portion can be called as concave side. And we will see whether any excess pressure is there or not. So before going to see that, you have to imagine a molecule on the surface. Here the force is acting in this direction. This is due to force due to surface tension. Tangentially that force will act. Another force due to surface tension can be taken in this direction. This is also called as Ft. What is Ft? Force due to surface tension can be called as Ft. Both the two forces are acting along the, is it clear, in this tangential direction. Now this force that can be resolved into two components. This Ft can be resolved into horizontal component and, is it clear, one more force can be written as what is this? Vertical component. Are you clear? So Ft vertical components, is it clear, can be drawn like this. Its vertical component is FTVC. Its horizontal component can be called as what is this? FTHC. Are you clear? Like this, its force Ft can also be resolved into two components. The force due to surface tension, its vertical component can also be written as what is this? FTVC. Along this direction, which one will act? Horizontal component will act. It can be called as what is this? FTHC. Here the horizontal component, both of them will be equal and opposite, both of them will nullify with each other. But vertical component, two vertical components of this force, both are acting in the upward direction. Are you clear? Both are acting in the upward direction. The net force is acting in this direction. So when the net force is acting in this direction, what will happen? The shape of the curved portion should be maintained. So clear? So in how the pressure will act, difference in pressure. Here the inside, the pressure can be taken as PL, pressure in liquid, pressure due to liquid. This is the pressure due to air. Are you clear? In between these two pressures, there is a difference in pressure. That difference in pressure is called as, what is this? Excess pressure. Are you clear? The excess pressure, that one will balance the net force due to vertical component. So this is the net force due to vertical component. This is the direction of the excess pressure. So excess pressure is acting in this direction. Force due to vertical component is acting in this direction. Both of them will be in equilibrium. Only in the shape of the curved surface is possible. Are you clear? Tell me in which direction that excess pressure is acting. Excess pressure is acting on the which surface? Concave surface. Understood? Always excess pressure will act only on the concave side. Understood? Only then these two must be balanced. Which two must be balanced? Excess pressure must be balanced with which one? The force due to, net force due to vertical component must be balanced. Only then the shape of the surface will be curved in nature. Understood? Now we will see how the excess pressure acts on the curved surface in the case of mercury. If you observe keenly the level of the mercury or surface of the mercury in the case of capillary tube, when the mercury, when it rises through the capillary tube, if you observe with the help of the microscope, the surface, that one will be appearing like this. That one will be looking like this. So here this kind of meniscus is called as convex meniscus. In the case of mercury, the nature of the meniscus will be convex meniscus. So here there are two sides are there. The upper layer, this side can be called as convex side. The bottom side can be called as concave side. Are you clear? Now let us imagine a molecule, mercury molecule. Here the force due to surface tension, that one will be acting tangentially. Since it is curved, is it clear? The force due to surface tension will be acting in this direction. Here also the force due to surface tension will be acting in this direction. This force due to surface tension can be resolved into two components. Horizontal component, it can be called as Ft horizontal, and this force also can be resolved into horizontal component, Ft horizontal. Its vertical component can be drawn in this direction, Ft vertical. Its vertical component can be drawn on the same line, that is called Ft vertical. These two vertical components both are acting on the same line and you will get the net force. But here two horizontal components, they are magnitude wise they are equal and they are acting in the opposite direction. Therefore the net force along the horizontal component is 0, but the net force along the vertical component is there. You will get some amount of net force. Therefore there is a pull due to vertical component. So this surface must be equilibrium, no? Therefore the excess pressure will act. How will you calculate the excess pressure? Here we have to consider two pressures. One is due to liquid and another one is due to air. The difference in pressure between these two is called, what is this? Excess pressure. Understood? The excess pressure is nothing but difference between pressure in liquid and pressure in air. So excess pressure is acting from inside. That is acting on the which side? That is acting on the concave side. Always excess pressure will be acting on the concave side. So this is the, is it clear? Downward force. This is the force, net force acting due to vertical component. This is the, is it clear? Force due to excess pressure. So force due to vertical component and the force due to excess pressure, both of them in equilibrium. Therefore the surface is curved in nature. Understood?